Hello everyone and welcome to this week's story. This is the story that I am going to read you today. It is called Immi's Gift. Have a little look at the front cover. You can see the word I for Immi's and G for gift. Have a little look at the picture of Immi that is on the front cover. What does she look like? What is she wearing? Where do you think she might live? Why do you think she needs to wrap up so warm? Shall we see? Before we start, make sure I can see your good sitting. Shh, so you can use your good listening ears and your good looking eyes. Let's see what happens in this beautiful story. Oh, it was cold. The icy wind blew and the snow fell and fell. Immi looked around her, but all she could see was a frozen white world. There's Immi, and there's her frozen white world. Does anybody know what that is called there in the distance? Well done, it is made from ice. It is an igloo. An igloo is a home to some people. Maybe that is Immi's home. Immi broke a hole through the ice and fished for her supper. Just one more, she thought, in case anyone comes around, which they hardly ever did. But instead of a fish, at the end of the line, she found a little wooden bird. So there she is, look, she's made a hole in the ice. She's got her fishing rod that she's made and she's fishing for her tea so she can eat to keep her warm. But instead of finding a fish, if you have a little look on the end of her line, there is a tiny wooden bird attached. I wonder where that's come from. It was so beautiful. She'd never seen such colours before. She tied it to her necklace next to a small white bear. So there she is. Look, she's got a necklace here around her neck. She had a white wooden polar bear on her necklace. Oh, I wonder why she's got a polar bear. Where do you think she might live? And now she's attached the beautiful bright bird made out of wood next to each other on her necklace. The next day, she fished a red flower. So here she is, look, wow, look under that ice, look in the ocean. Immi is fishing, and if you can see, she has fished a tiny red flower. What do you think she might do with that red flower? Oh, and she found an orange starfish, a green leaf, and a purple feather. And soon her igloo was the brightest thing in the land. So look, instead of putting them all on her necklace, because that might get a little bit heavy, she has decorated her home, which is the igloo, with all the beautiful wooden bright things that she has fished. It could be seen for miles around, and before long visitors came from far and wide to look and to wonder. What do you think they wondered? Wondering means when you think, I wonder. Maybe they wondered where she had found them from. What else do you think they might have wondered? It could be they wondered where they had come from and how they had ended up in the ocean and on the end of Immi's fishing rod. So let's have a look at what kind of visitors she's got. I think she has got some beautiful animals, such as a polar bear. And there's the polar bear cub. These look like Arctic foxes, don't they? They're white, so that they camouflage on the snow. And we have got maybe an Arctic hare. A hare is a type of rabbit. It's a big rabbit. And here, who have we got here poking through the little hole where she fishes? That's right, a little seal. And we've got some birds. I think Immi lives in the Arctic. That's why she's seen all these Arctic animals. Here they all are, snuggling in her igloo. Wow. They always stayed for supper, and they filled those long dark nights with stories of faraway lands. Immi's world seemed a brighter and more colourful place. Remember, at the start of the story, all Immi could see was white, but now look at all the beautiful colours. She's got flowers and birds and beautiful decorations. Then one day, the ice began to melt. So look, the ice has melted, which has meant her igloo has melted and just left all the colourful things on the floor. It was time for her to leave. So here we are. She's packed up, look, she's got her dog and her sleigh, and she's put all her belongings on the sleigh, and she's off. She's waving goodbye to her friends. I wonder where she might go. But just as Immi was about to go, she stopped and she put her hand to her necklace. She took the small bear and gently dropped it into the water. Then she turned and left. So there you go. I wonder if she felt like she had to give something back in return. She'd taken so many beautiful things from the water. Maybe she wanted to put something in of hers. Where do you think that polar bear might have ended up? Shall we see? Far away, a little boy walks across a beach, holding the brightest thing he can find. He tosses it into the waves and wonders, as he always does, where it will go. So here, this little boy lives in a different place. I wonder where he lives. What does the weather look like? Is it snowy and icy and cold like Immi's home? No. What does the weather look like? You're right, it looks warm and hot and sunny and bright. And he's finding all the beautiful things from around him and he's dropping it in the sea. And the sea took it all the way to Immi. But this time something catches his eye, shining in the sand. What do you think it is that's shining in the sand that catches his eye? I think I know. Were you right? Yes, it's Immi's polar bear. It has made it all the way to this beautiful tropical land where the little boy lives. It's a beautiful small white bear. He picks it up and holds it. Then he hangs it around his neck where once he wore a little wooden bird. So he had the wooden bird on his necklace and he posted it in the sea, and Immi found it, and in return Immi has sent her little polar bear, and the boy is going to wear his necklace with the polar bear on. And that is the end of the story. So even though Immi and this little boy had never met, they exchanged gifts through the sea, and it showed them a little bit of what their home might look like. And I think you will agree that they live in very, very different places. Maybe you could talk to a grown-up or someone in your family about the different places. Why were they different? How did they look different? Who lives there? Thank you for listening, everybody. That was a lovely story. See you soon. Bye.